Well, hello there, everybody. Super excited to be back with you here at What the Hell Do I Know with JB. And today's guest has lived baseball from every angle. Player, coach, and now manager of the Billings Mustangs. But his impact stretches far beyond the field, from co-founding Prospect Dugout to creating viral moments that bring new eyes to the game. He's shaping both the future of baseball and the way young athletes get discovered. So let's give a warm jabroni welcome to my friend, Craig Maddox. Yeah, baby.
What the hell do I know? I'm just JB, middle-aged dad with ADD. Candid combos, jokes so lame, jabronis pulling a poker face. Just a couple of dudes with ADD. What the hell do I know with JB?
Yeah, we're back, baby. How you like that, huh?
I love it.
What the hell do I know, baby? Yeah, it's good stuff. I do want to welcome everybody to our floors.com studio. That's FLOORZZ. You can see it behind me. Check them out. They've got great stuff, great floors. They've got them all. They are your one-stop shop for your next flooring or wall covering, remodel, or new build. That's floors.com, FLOORZZ, baby. And they'll take care of you. Tell them the jabroni sent you. But Craig, before we jump into your story, I want to play the game, What the Hell Do I Know with Craig Maddox, which by the way, I've been telling everybody you've been coming on. I've been super excited about this episode because your reach in the baseball world is far. What's funny is that I think some people go, oh, you're having Craig Maddox on? And I have to explain to them, different baseball player.
Not the first time. Not the first time I have heard that.
I bet. Sure. I said, equally committed to baseball, just different levels.
Just different bank accounts.
Different bank accounts. Different positions, too. You were
Correct.
A catcher,
Yes.
Weren't you a catcher?
Yes.
That's right. Hey, man, I remember, baby. All the way back. We're going to dive into all that stuff, but we're going to play What the Hell Do I Know with Craig Maddox. It's 7 questions, rapid succession, no gotcha questions. You just answer them as you go. You can pass if you need to. Let's put the clock on. And here we go. 7 questions. What the hell do I know with Craig Maddox? Number 1, hot dogs or hamburgers?
Hamburgers.
Number 2, Netflix or YouTube?
Probably YouTube.
Number 3, coffee or energy drink?
Coffee.
All right. Number 4, first car you ever drove?
Ever drove was my mom's minivan, a Mercury Villager.
Yes.
I think it was.
Yes. I love it. I love it. You learned to drive on the minivan.
Yeah.
Number 5, morning person or night owl?
Morning.
Perfect.
Definitely.
Number 6, favorite baseball stadium you ever played in?
Favorite baseball player I ever stayed at was probably Sugarland, Constellation Field in Sugarland, Texas.
Constellation. Nice. Very nice. I'm going to come back to that, though. Number 7, last question. If you weren't in baseball, what job would you be doing?
Oof. That's a good question. Man, that's a good question. Probably being some type of content creator full time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm actually good at.
I kind of felt like that's where you would be. All right, you were off the question. Great job, man. You did a great job. I'll give you some applause there. Great job, buddy. Yeah, there we go. We got the studio audience applauding here. But that, yeah. So, what made that baseball stadium so good? Did you say Sugarland in Texas?
Yeah, Sugarland, Texas. Currently, it's the AAA team for the Houston Astros. Just when we were there, it's a gorgeous stadium, well put together, field's immaculate. They take care of it. Back when I was there, it was in the Atlantic League,
Okay.
and they did it up big. We were on ESPN and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, very good.
It was always a fun experience to go down there.
Yeah. Did they have? Did you say it's natural grass?
Yeah, natural grass, but it was like the whole field was like a putting green. It was the nicest grass surface I've ever played on,
They
for
had that
sure.
major league money for sure.
Yep, exactly.
That's awesome,
Exactly.
man. So, we've known each other for a long time. We used to work out together at CrossFit Pulse. So shout out to those guys in McDonough, Georgia.
That's
And
right.
every time you would come in, I guess from in between, minor league stops or whatever you were doing back in your playing days, we'd work out together. And there would be an occasional workout when they'd take out running and heavy lifting and muscle ups and, let's see, handstand push-ups. So when they took out certain things, I could keep up with you to a degree. And I always felt like, man, I'm keeping up with a professional athlete over here. But everything else they threw at us, you would crush me in those workouts in CrossFit. So I always had you as like, if I could just be a minute or two behind or a few reps behind Craig, I felt really good.
Yeah, the CrossFit thing that was interesting how I even got into that, because being, in professional athletics, you always think like, oh, I'm physically fit.
Sure.
And when I found CrossFit, it was a nice kick in the gut to realize I got a long way to go.
Dude, you crushed it though. I mean, I can remember maybe the first day you came in and worked out. I definitely felt like I was a little bit closer to even keel. Not the same. You were still crushing me. But then I think within 30 days, certainly inside of 90 days, you were like light years ahead of everybody else in the class and just crushing it. Of course, you were really in shape and also a little bit younger than me, which I think helps sometimes.
Yeah, just a touch. I remember how I found it. I was playing in Worcester, Massachusetts, and every day I'd drive to the stadium and I'd see these people running outside this like
Right,
garage,
right,
flipping tires, and they just
right.
looked like they were exhausted. So I was like, when I get home to Atlanta, like I'm gonna figure out what this is. And I found it, and I remember calling Brian Shockley
Yeah,
at Pulse, and him being like, "Yeah, we got a couple of professional athletes that have come and tried it." And me being a little probably young and naive and
right,
probably a little egotistical, was
right.
like, I'm a professional athlete, I can handle it. And then I remember after the first workout, it really wasn't anything crazy. I was like hanging over the ramp there at CrossFit Pulse, just thinking, what did I get myself into?
I know. I remember doing Gold's Gym and LA Fitness, and a buddy of mine said, "Hey, I go to this class. It's called CrossFit." And I thought, like an aerobics class. I mean, like I've seen all these classes at Gold's Gym or at LA Fitness, and I don't know. He goes, "No, I'm telling you, you're gonna show up, and it's insane." And I said, well, all right, I'll give it a shot. My first class was Fight Gone Bad. So,
Oh,
and they told me, they
welcome
said,
to it.
they said, let's just do a couple rounds. I didn't walk straight for like 5 days. So it was tough. But hey, man, you've worn a lot of hats in baseball: player, coach, and now manager of the Billings Mustangs. How has that journey shaped the way that you lead and connect with your players today? Because I mean, you've seen, it feels like, a lot of sides of baseball. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, really, now being a manager and kind of wearing that hat, really you just pull from your experiences. And I was fortunate enough, I was able to play 13 years professionally, and I was very fortunate to play under three managers, all that are still managing today. That one of them has 1,400 wins, one of them has over 2,000 managerial wins, and the other one is approaching the 2,000 mark as well. So you're talking about, those are just wins, right? And there's not very many managers that are over, significantly over 500. So as many wins as they have losses. So you're talking about a lot of baseball scene and a lot of baseball experience, and just pulling pieces from all of them, and the good, the bad, the ugly, and things that I really liked and things that I didn't like. Um, I try to take those to every day, and then also incorporating how much the game has changed, how much young players have changed,
Right.
and kind of incorporating all that. And this is my second year managing fully,
Oh,
so
wow.
I still have a lot to learn.
Sure.
But I think I had a nice base layer just based on the guys that I was able to come up under.
Yep.
Um, really kind of paved the way and really made me want to get into managing because how much they helped me along the way.
What do you think, like some of the new things you're bringing to minor league baseball today, and just baseball in general as a manager? You mentioned that it's evolving, and there's new ways and new things you're bringing on. What are some of the things that you would say creates, like, Craig 2.0 or this new manager look that maybe other managers weren't doing?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that we're doing here in Billings, which I I will say is the only baseball team probably in the country that's doing this, is we've changed the way that we practice.
Okay.
So the standard operating procedure for uh, minor league or really major league baseball is, guys show up to the field for a 7 o'clock game around 1:30, 2 o'clock. If you're the home team, you hit the field. You'll do your pregame stuff, batting practice around 3 to 4:30 ish, and then you're back in the clubhouse hanging out. The guys are getting treatment, guys are eating a little bit of food, and then the game starts at 7. What I've wanted to do, and I'm able to do that now because I'm
You're in charge.
manager and I kind of call the shots.
Right.
Fortunately, is so we switched that up. So I kind of took it a little bit like basketball or hockey, where in the NBA they have early morning shoot arounds, and then the guys leave, and then they come back for the game. So we do that here. We can only do it at home. Being on the road makes it a little bit tough. But I have all my guys report. We do practice. They report at 10 a.m. We do practice from 10:30 to about 11:30 noon, and then I let them go so they can go to the gym, they can go get a
Okay.
nice meal at a restaurant, they can go home and take a nap and get fully rested, and then I have them report back. For we play at 6:35 here in Billings, so I have them report back at 5 o'clock. And it took some getting used to for some of the players because it is
Sure.
a little bit different,
Sure.
but my guys love it. And our success rate at home this year is significantly higher than on the road. So it was a nice little test net, and it's been pretty rewarding. And also here in Montana, it does get hot later in the afternoon.
Okay.
So we're able to execute practice in the morning. Guys are able to give a little bit more effort in the practice because they're not having to worry about a shorter recovery time. So really this is, I'm not trying to be innovative by any means. It's more of I set last offseason and really looked at player recovery time and, when an athlete can be at optimal performance.
Sure.
And I just didn't find anything that said, hey, if you're standing out on a baseball field for an hour and a half, literally 2 hours before you're supposed to go perform to the best of your ability, that there's no way the body's going to be fully recovered
Interesting.
in that amount of time. So, the guys have enjoyed it, and that's kind of something that we've done, and I can guarantee you there's no other baseball team on the professional level that's
It's
doing
doing
that.
that. Yeah. What do you do for recovery? I mean, you mentioned recovery. I mean, I just started jumping in this like ice water baths. I've started this ice bath sort of thing where I fill up my bathtub, and my wife got me this machine that you kind of put a couple hoses in it, and it sucks the water out and then puts it back in super cold. And so in 8 hours or whatever, my tub is 50 degrees or is that something you guys do in recovery, or what are some of the things that you promote for baseball players to do in recovery?
Yeah, so we have the hot and cold tubs in our training room. Nowadays there's all the Normatec stuff.
Oh yeah.
that guys have access to. Just recovery has really been very innovative over the last probably decade.
Sure.
in making it accessible to everybody.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. I mean, back in the day, we stretched. That was my recovery,
you just stretch,
right?
you stretched, and then now it's foam roll and
Yeah.
lacrosse balls and all kinds of
Cold
stuff.
water,
And
saunas, hot water, all that stuff, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
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 So it's I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, but for my athletes and my players specifically, it's more about um, being able to kind of detach, get away from the field,
Mm.
um, allow them to, it's
Mentally be
minor
in the
league.
right, mentally
Yeah,
be in the right headspace.
it's minor league baseball. It's MLB Partner League Baseball. That's what we are here in
Yeah.
Billings. We're an MLB Partner League team, and here in Billings, the clubhouse is fantastic for the players.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like, I don't want my guys to just be here for 10, 12 hours, right? I
Right.
think they're going to be more performance based if it's not drawn out. So giving them a chance to get away from the field, it gives me an opportunity to write my lineup early in the morning. So the guys that aren't going to be playing for that day, they have an opportunity to look at the lineup and say, okay, I'm not in the lineup. I can go to the gym. I can hit it a little bit harder today.
Yeah.
Because that was one thing when I played. There were times where I didn't know, I wasn't an everyday player yet. So I didn't know if I was going to play. So I would go to the gym and it's like, yeah, maybe I want to squat today, or maybe I want to do some deadlifts.
But maybe you
but I
shouldn't
can't.
if you're going to be on the field, right?
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it allows my players to, maintain strength over the course of the season.
Is working out
Yeah.
in, because I feel like you were bringing kind of this CrossFit and working out into the baseball world probably more. I mean, because, back in the day, I think about like some of those players that, that was the old saying, you don't have to be shaped, right, to play baseball. I mean, you just got to hit a ball and run so many yards, and it's a quick. So you saw all kinds of players out of shape, but today's baseball players, I think they are in shape
Different
now.
game.
It's a different game,
Yeah.
right?
It's a totally different game. The game's evolved so much. There's, the players nowadays, when I first started playing, there was nothing to, you go eat McDonald's, you eat Taco Bell. That was just your standard life for
Right.
4 or 5 months in the summer. Now, I mean, I'm watching these guys come in, they're meal prepping on the road. And
Wow.
I mean, they are very much more in tune with keeping themselves in shape. I mean,
That's awesome.
And it shows in the play too.
Well, it's probably better in their recovery, better in their fast twitch muscles. Their health overall is better. It's got, mentally.
Yeah, and at every level of the game's gotten better. I mean, our level of partner league baseball is equivalent to like low A, rookie ball to low A, maybe a little bit of high A on a given night. It's a totally different low A, high A than when I played. 15 years ago.
Would you recruit yourself? Here's the question all your players want to know. Would you recruit yourself onto the Montana Billings?
I mean, I would recruit myself as probably a backup. I mean, I tell these guys all the time, like, I wouldn't want to play in today's game. I mean, these guys, I got guys in my bullpen that are 95 to 98 miles an hour. And like, you just didn't see that on a consistent basis when I first started out. So it just shows you, and I think it alludes a lot to, how these guys keep themselves in shape.
Yeah. I've got a friend of mine that we do some podcasting together. His son is in the AAA program too. He's a pitcher, Will Sanders. I think he's with the Chicago Cubs group organization in their minor league spots there. But kind of switching gears a little bit, some of your I brought him up because I think he's throwing that high 90s and stuff all the time. But some of your videos have gone viral, and I want to see if Danielle can throw up a video that went viral and got me going like, I gotta get in touch with Craig because this video just was pretty cool. So let's see if we can't throw that video up. Let's watch a few minutes of this.
Yeah, the player development director is going to give you a call.
Sure, but
We got to
have a
get
seat.
on that, though.
He said good. I can start.
kind of getting back to physical activity. Okay. So we're gonna do some walk, jog, runs today. Okay. Hey, so
Craig, this is you had set this camera up and set this kid up, huh?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And we had the old. I guess my assistant coach bought it from TikTok, and it was just.
Yeah.
So those got a lot of comments. I think that's why it went viral a little bit too.
We'll post the video or link to the video where people can see it in the show notes. I'm not going to play the whole thing. It's a little long, but what's great is kind of setting it up is that you had, I mean, it was 40-something thousand views or likes or something. I mean, it went viral. It might be more than that. I could only see it.
I think last time we checked, it was like 1.5 million views.
Okay. Yeah, so I was wrong, right? So I might have grabbed the Instagram. That doesn't even, the TikTok probably went even more so, and YouTube, whatever. But I mean, 1.5 million views. That's insane. I mean, when I think about 1.5 million views, I don't know that I've gone to a concert with 1.5 million people in it. I mean, I can go to the Athens Stadium and see 100 and something thousand of my favorite folks there, But I mean, 1.5 million, that's a lot of people on this earth that have seen that video. But setting it up, you set a camera up behind him and you brought this kid in to tell us what happened. I mean, that had to be a cool feeling to do that video.
No, that's why I do what I do. And it happened in the office that I'm in right now. I got chill bumps because I love that kid to death. And that's what we do. That's what Partner League Baseball is all about. So that young man, his name was Dylan Leach. He was a catcher for us, and his contract got purchased by the Toronto Blue Jays. So that's what Partner League Baseball is all about.
That's awesome.
That's what we do it for. We afford these kids an opportunity to play at a professional level, get paid to play, and basically they are a full roster of free agents where if a major league organization has a need in their minor league system, they can come purchase their contract from us. We have a working relationship with Major League Baseball, and it's a seamless process, and those kids get to continue on and move on in another organization. So that's
I mean, he got the call up.
The best feeling in the world.
He got the call up. That's what every player that's playing wants is a call. And he's with the Toronto Blue Jays right now, currently, correct?
Yeah, he's in their minor league system.
Okay.
He was in rookie ball. They sent him to rookie ball. They actually won the Florida Complex League Championship down there in Dunedin. And yeah, he's great kid. It couldn't happen to a better kid. I was very happy for him.
What I loved about this is because we're gonna switch gears even more so from your managing baseball, and we're gonna look at the Prospect Dugouts because people don't know. And I'll throw that up post edit, but you've got the channel Prospect Dugouts that kind of has blown up on Instagram, I guess TikTok as well. I mean, what I love about these videos, especially when they go viral in this world, is it's not just about baseball. You don't even have to love baseball. I mean, like, that's a touching story of a kid coming in thinking maybe he's in trouble, maybe his contract's not being renewed, and then you kind of get to prank him to a degree that, no, it's actually even better than what you thought. And so those things kind of resonate really with anybody, right? I mean, and so some of your videos that you're posting aren't just about, I mean, I've been following Prospect Dugouts for a while. I mean, can you tell me, like, what was your vision when you started Prospect Dugouts?
So we started Prospect Dugout. It's coming up on a decade.
Wow.
So we've been doing it. Yeah. Right. Overnight success 10 years later.
That's how it always is, right?
Exactly. So we started it really with a core mission and it was probably a little bit before its time, that all kids deserve exposure. So not just the top players, but all kids. They have a cell phone. They deserve exposure, and we believe in the core of our mission statement is that if a baseball player or a young baseball player or softball player wants to play collegiate sports, there is a place for them. Yeah. They just need to be seen. And so we kind of took that concept and ran with it. We weren't really thinking about social media. Social media was kind of just like a proof of concept.
Right.
And we started the Instagram page. I think it was November of 2015.
Okay.
And
how many followers do you have now on the Instagram?
I think we're at 684,000.
That's insane.
Yeah.
684,000 followers on Instagram. I guess TikTok would be similar, maybe even more, huh?
TikTok's growing. We
Yeah.
kind of we stayed specifically on
Instagram.
Instagram. I mean, like our Facebook's around 150,000.
Yeah.
Twitter's 24, and I
Wow.
think TikTok I'm not. My business partner's bigger on TikTok than I am.
Gotcha.
So, but we do it all organic. So we've never done any kind of paid ads to promote posts.
Right.
We're roughly in the impression mark just on Instagram alone, like 25 million impressions a month, all organic.
That's insane.
So,
25 million impressions a month. And how many posts are you doing a day and a week, et cetera?
So it varies from day to day. We try to push 5 to 8 pieces of content a day.
Okay.
If possible. And it's just about, and the algorithm changes all the time.
Sure.
And
Sure.
we have exceptional months, and then we have months where we're trying to dig online and try to figure out how they switch the algorithm up.
Right. What happened?
But,
what happened here? Why did that change?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and we do, listen, like we're extremely blessed to have the platform that we have. I mean, me and my business partner, who is actually my hitting coach here.
Oh,
in
that's
Billings, awesome. We laugh sometimes about the early days of Prospect Dugout and posting and texting each other about, oh man, we got 100 likes, and now, we'll text each other and say, well, that post didn't do well. It barely got 10,000 likes.
Right.
And it's like,
right. It's just different metrics, right?
It's crazy.
So,
it's crazy.
Craig, when you're promoting baseball players from different ages, typically younger players in Prospect Dugouts, hence the name Prospect, where are you getting this content? I mean, is it if I'm a high schooler today and I've got this home run that won the game, my mom filmed it really good, I mean, what do I do? Do I send it to you? Do I DM you? Is it all on your Instagram page? You have all your contacts and I can send it to you. And then do you guys clip it better? Do you guys kind of re-edit if it needs to be touched up so that it fits the formula?
Yeah, so we don't re-edit too much.
Okay.
I mean, our DMs are, as you can imagine, quite flooded.
Right.
But we pull a ton of content off of through our DMs. But we also, the other thing too is like we encourage kids to post.
Yeah.
Like you need to start your own personal brand, especially with NIL stuff, creeping down into the high school ranks. Like we want kids to build out their social profiles. So we encourage kids to post because we're always on social media. So if we see something,
so they could tag you in their post, really,
correct,
and you could kind of repost it or whatever it is. So that's how they could find you as well too.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're always on there. We're always looking for engaging content. We have a decent formula of trying to post prospects, but at the same time also post instructional pieces because as much as we're here to highlight the prospects, we're also here to help the game grow in the right way, and that's very, very important to us, and make sure that kids are learning the game, and kids are all over social media, and that's where when I was growing up in the mid 90s watching the Braves, like we just watched the Braves and that's how I learned a lot about the game.
Sure.
Kids are getting more away from watching baseball on TV, and they're watching highlights on Instagram or YouTube Shorts or TikTok. So they're consuming more of their knowledge of the game via social media than watching it a 9-inning game on TV.
Oh yeah. I gotcha. And when you've got these prospects there, I mean, so do you know? I'm sure you probably I know you're data driven. We've talked off camera before, and I know you're data driven on what you're watching. But do you get like other managers and other scouts? I mean, that are I assume they're probably following your page. I mean, so or college coaches and recruiters and things of that nature. I imagine those people are really. You guys have become probably a huge resource for them finding players, because you were telling me like that's the beauty of like your website, right? Is that they can search for like right hand pitcher, this region or whatever, right?
Right. Yeah. So on our website, we have a beta version of the website out right now. Players can go and create their own player profile, so they can upload their stats, their social media handles. They can upload highlight videos, and we have built relationships over the last decade with some significant college coaches and pro scouts that do lean on Prospect Dugout to kind of find those hidden gems, because
Right.
we are polar opposite from some of the other bigger organizations in the baseball and travel baseball space, where they really focus on, and for nothing wrong with this, but they focus on the top 50 players in the country or top 100
Sure.
players in the states, and like there's way more players out there than just those top 50 and just those top 100. So we've uncovered a lot of quote unquote hidden gems in the space that college coaches are really interested in finding, because your mid-major Division I school is probably not going to land a top 25 guy in the country,
Right.
but there's just as good, if not better, if they're developed in
Well,
the
that's
right
what I'm saying. If
way,
they're developed
players.
well, yeah.
Correct. Exactly. So, I mean, there's a lot of mid-major colleges, Division IIs, NAIs that lean on Prospect Dugout.
Well, young
just
kids don't even
to
realize.
get exposure.
Yeah, young kids don't even realize that their exposure. That sometimes you just look at the colleges. Even when I was coming up, I mean, the internet. I mean, we didn't have email. I mean, there really wasn't even internet. I'm from the '90s, man. I'm from the '90s.
Right.
What you want from me? I'm vintage. So but we didn't have all this stuff. And of course, you look at your D1s and this, that, and the other. But they're looking. They're looking at different players sometimes that you want to be at, and so you don't realize that. For instance, if you are a first baseman, how many first basemen does a college recruit, right? I mean, an outfielder can usually play first base, I guess, to a degree. But I mean, you're going to have three people maybe in that position. And there's only so many kids that you can recruit on a team. So it's like 20 scholarships or whatever it is. And you don't realize that you don't have to look at a D1. There's tons of D1 schools out there, but then there's that sub-bowl program. Then there's the D2, D3. There's NIAI. There's all of these other things. We just had a dear friends of ours. Their son got recruited up to, where was it? Young Harris in Georgia, and playing baseball at Young Harris. And sometimes you just need to get to the school that fits you. So there's opportunity at the next level. You just may not know about it. It sounds like you guys are doing a great job of kind of helping to blend that together.
Yo. True North Pest Control. They are all over Central Florida, Georgia, and they just moved here to the Emerald Coast. I just switched my service over to them. You've got to check them out. Tell them JB sent you. They'll take care of you. We are a bug-free podcast because of them. True North Pest Control. Now back to the show.
Well, we want kids to understand that, coaching staffs only have, maybe one recruiting coordinator and maybe another assistant coach that can go to any given tournament at any given time.
Right.
Plus, they also have a current team that they have to handle, right? So they can't be every place at all the time,
Right.
but they do spend a lot of time on their phone. So you can get in front of some pretty important people just by getting yourself out there and creating digital exposure for yourself and building your brand.
Build your brand. Build your brand. If you're an athlete today, what I'm hearing from you is build your brand.
Without a doubt. I mean, and we have parents reach out to us all the times like, oh, my kid's only 10 or my kid's only 11. And I don't know if we need to be posting his videos and this. Absolutely you should. With NIL and the way it's creeping down into high school, you're going to have kids in the next 4 to 5 years that are going to be seniors in high school driving Ferraris and Lamborghinis in school because they're doing $1 million NIL deals.
But it's based off of their following that they're being put in front of. Which
if you don't start building that now,
yeah,
you're gonna be kicking yourself 5-6 years down the road when little Johnny's best buddy just bought a Range Rover, and you know what I mean. Like,
well, one thing I would tell you, these young folks in the next 4 or 5 years, before you buy that Ferrari, let's save that money. You got a long life ahead of you. I would tell you, let's see if you can't invest it somewhere and find some smarter people than a Ferrari. However, I want to shift a little bit of gear into this wild story you have landing Rolls-Royce as a client back in the day. So you're playing baseball.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's what people, you said this in the what the hell do I know questions. You said, if I wasn't a baseball manager, that I might be a content creator, and you basically were. you kind of do it through.
Before content creating was content creating.
That's what I was going to say, because you were crushing it. I can remember going like, here's my buddy Craig, who I used to work out with. What the heck is he doing with the Phantom Rolls-Royce on the bridge in downtown Atlanta at night, all suited up and watches and all this stuff? I mean, you were looking snag. I've got to find some of those photos and throw them up here.
Little did anybody know that I barely had enough money in my bank account to fill up the Rolls-Royce. But I was driving around in it for sure.
Yeah, so tell everybody this story, because I want to walk us through how this happened, because it really talks about, as a young person, taking risks and trying something. So I want you to speak to that.
No, it's a great story, and it's really the core of how we started Prospect Dugouts. So it goes back to this was 2013, I guess it was. 2013.
Yeah.
2013. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was working at a sneaker shop in Little Five Points, called Wish.
Yeah.
And was working on the online side with the online store. So we had our own office, working with some uber creative people. I mean,
some of these guys went on to work at like Nike and stuff like that, right?
So one of them's a lead designer at Jordan Brand. The other's a creative director at Spotify.
Yeah.
I mean, just.
And what's crazy is Little Five Points, if anybody knows, it's literally like where 5 points come together, but it's no more than 3 city blocks really. I mean, you got the Vortex Burger, Variety Playhouse, 7 Stages, the bike shop, and the Wish sneaker store. I mean,
but like a uber creative little pocket of Atlanta.
It is a very creative pocket of Atlanta, correct?
Very like fashion forward. So anyway, long story short, like working with those people, they always had little side gigs, and one of the guys worked for a digital magazine called Hype Beast. Which is very huge in the urban community. It's fashion, sneakers, all kinds of lifestyle stuff. And he would always get like free stuff sent to him. And I was like, man, that's super cool.
I like free stuff.
Yeah,
send me some stuff.
And he just writes articles for an online thing, and he gets all this free stuff. I was like, I can do that. And I had no idea how to do that. So I came up with a concept in my brain that I was going to start a men's blog website that wrote reviews of like high-end products. I was going to target high-end products for men. So high-end products and services for men. And was this to hopefully get free stuff just based on what your friends?
100%. Yeah. I'm with you.
Like,
hey, no shame.
This is the game to get free stuff.
Right?
Yeah. And had a very elegant name for the blog. It was called Daniel Woodfield.
Oh, come on. This is pre-ChatGPT, by the way. I mean, you had to come up with this straight up.
Here's a little note for all your viewers.
Yeah.
It's literally my middle name and the street I grew up on.
Yes, I love it. That's so good. I love what you had, right? I love it.
So I had no idea. I just had idea, right? I had no idea how to build a website. Like, I was fairly good around computers, but what I did, I literally, and this is no joke, I took a weekend, I locked myself in my room, and I just watched YouTube videos on repeat on how to build a WordPress site. I mean, I'm telling you,
Oh
when I
man.
had no idea how to build a website.
Yeah.
Built it in a weekend, and then I said, all right, it's time to go.
This is entrepreneurship 101, people. This is
Yeah, I mean,
you learn
and
how to do it. You don't pay somebody. You do it. You learn how to do it. Scrap it
so
out, baby.
exactly, and it's all. I mean, and nowadays there's so much
Oh
opportunity for
yeah.
people. It's crazy. So I did that. Then I hopped on LinkedIn, created a LinkedIn, but I never had a LinkedIn before.
Yeah, but that's probably when
Um,
LinkedIn was worth it. I mean, now it's
the
just
LinkedIn was
bots.
worth it, and then I just started digging
Yeah.
and trying to connect with head of corporate communications and I hit everybody, and I
Yeah.
would send them all emails saying, hey, I'm starting this blog, I have a lot of connections in I was leveraging my friend without knowing if I could actually leverage my friend, but I figured if I landed somebody, he would throw me a favor.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I know this, I could probably get this on Hypebeast,
Yeah. Yeah.
and all this stuff. So I sent out emails. I mean, Ferrari,
Plus, you had a great
Lamborghini,
name, Daniel. What was it called? Daniel what?
Daniel Woodfield.
Daniel Woodfield. That's a
Yeah,
great name.
it flowed really well
Yeah.
for like what I was trying to target, right? With the elegance.
Feels very MI6.
Right. So sent out emails, like I said, to Ferrari, Lamborghini. I mean, I went
Rolls-Royce. Rolex. Rolls-Royce.
Rolex,
Yeah.
Omega, Paddock, all
Yeah.
the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All this stuff. And, I got advice from other people because I was super excited about it. And they're like, oh, well, maybe you should start local and like go to the local
Jewelry
Ford
store.
dealership and see
Yeah.
if you can review a car. And I was
Yeah.
like, man, listen, I'm going big or I'm going home. Like, this is it. So I did that. It was like 2 weeks, no responses from nobody.
Wow.
And I was like, well, maybe I overshot this here. And I was sitting at Wish fulfilling orders on my laptop, and an email came across, and it said Rolls-Royce North America. And I had asked, basically all my emails were pretty stock, and they were like, hey, this is Craig Maddox. I run Daniel Woodfield. I want to do a product review on your product. If you send it to me, I'll do a full review, photos, and then I'll post it on my website. And so
I love this. I love
I
this.
requested the Rolls-Royce Wraith, and I get an email, and the lady's like,
I got $500
it
million
literally
car.
said, it literally said, absolutely, we would love to send you one. It doesn't arrive until April of 2014, but we'll put you on the list to get it. And I mean, I've never had that's like a hit the lottery type moment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. What I love
What?
about it is your email is like, I run Daniel
Woodfield.
Woodfield. I run Daniel
Yeah.
Woodfield. You are Daniel Woodfield.
Yes. But that's the allure.
It's like
right?
half.
It's
Yes.
like,
No, I agree. You needed to
I'm
hype
Craig
yourself
Maddox.
up.
Who is Daniel Woodfield?
You needed to
Like, who
hype
is he?
yourself up,
Yeah.
and you hyped it up on what is it, like a $500,000 car, $600,000
Yeah.
Rolls Royce.
So this is like December of 2013.
Okay. All right.
And like, I'm hyped.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hyped.
Yeah.
So I'm telling everybody, I'm telling my mom, dad, anybody that'll listen, Rolls-Royce is going to send me a car. And I got no shot, Craig. You are crazy. There is no way a company is going to send you
Yeah, that's a bot.
$500,000
That's
car.
a bot from India.
And it got, yeah, exactly. And it got me, I was hyped, and then eventually, you know how it is in entrepreneurship, like a little bit of doubt creeps in.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, because it's like one of those too good to be true
Yeah.
moments.
Yeah.
And like a little doubt started to creep in, and I kept checking back in with Rolls-Royce about every 4 to 5 weeks.
Right.
Just, hey, super excited to have the car. Like, can't wait to see it. And they always kept responding. like instantly. Like, yes, we're excited. It's going to be here middle of April. It's going to be here. And I'll never forget the day that they said they delivered it to my house. And I took off of work because they're like, oh, it should get there around noon. Noon comes, no car. I'm
Okay.
like, oh my God. I got punked.
Yeah, you did. Where's the cameras? Ashton Kutcher, where are you at?
And so I'm like, literally, you know, like a kid, like sitting at the window of my house, just like staring out the window, wondering when this car's gonna drive by. And I kid you not, like 5:30 in the evening, it just comes strolling by. And
No way.
and I mean, it was a surreal moment. I couldn't believe it. And then that lasted for about 5 minutes, and then it was like, oh crap, like I got to deliver on what I said I was going to deliver.
Yeah, now I've got to do a whole full page ad and try to get him in Hype Beast and all this stuff.
Right. So now it's time to go to work. So, you know, I again at Wish I worked with some very, very, very creative people.
Right.
So I leveraged those connections. They were great photographers and videographers.
Right.
So we did a whole photo shoot with it. Right. And you'll know this, some of your viewers might as well, on the top parking deck at Lenox Mall.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I know the deck. Yeah,
so we went up
Great
there
deck.
like 7 a.m. on a Sunday.
Nobody's there.
And,
yep.
Right. So we did that, and then
Gritty. I remember seeing Gritty photos of you, like a suit, nice watch in front of this Rolls. I remember this, and I going like, "What is Craig doing?" Yeah, it's blowing up.
Something.
Yeah.
So
that is an insane story, man. And did you and like I think I remember you telling me you what they didn't know is you barely had enough money to put the gas in it so you could get the Rolls up to Lenox.
Yeah, I was broke.
Right.
I was dead broke. I mean,
yeah.
I was dead broke. Like I was a minor league baseball player making probably $1,500 a month. That was only in the season.
Right.
And working a bunch of odd jobs and just had this crazy idea. And, you know, Rolls-Royce race, for those who don't know, get about 8 miles to the gallon. So
wow.
That's not really conducive for Atlanta traffic.
No.
And a poor kid, you know?
Yeah. And how long did you have that car for?
So they sent it to me. The story continues, right?
Yeah.
So they sent it to me for 7 days. We did a whole review. There's actually a video on YouTube. I'll have to share it with you after.
Oh
this.
No, send me the link. I'll put it up here.
That we did, and sent them. Called my buddy at Hype Beast. He was very gracious and posted us on Hype Beast. We got like 24 million views on it. I sent it to Rolls-Royce. They loved it. They published it in their library of reviews in England.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I built a good relationship with them. Anytime I called them, they would send me a Rolls-Royce to have for 5 days and just drive it, no questions asked. Like,
how many Rolls-Royces did Rolls-Royce send you?
So I've had every Rolls-Royce except the Cullinan, which is the SUV.
Oh my goodness. So you literally did a review on every single model of Rolls-Royce. And would you have that car for roughly 5 days then? Or a week?
5 to 7 days.
5 to 7 days.
Wild how they just were like, hey, yeah, keep it.
So let me ask you the question. Are those cars worth it?
If you have the money, yes.
Good answer, right?
If you have the money, absolutely. Just because of, and the ride is unbelievable.
Is it?
Obviously. You can probably get, I mean, listen, like it's a $500,000 car.
Yeah.
But what you get in Rolls-Royce customer service and what you get in, and I'm not a salesperson for Rolls-Royce.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But the way they treated me, I would buy it 100%.
Wow.
And also too, and you know this, and for those that are watching out there, like the network that you get into by being in that kind of club only is going to elevate everything around you.
Very interesting. Well, it sounds like you might have a job with Rolls-Royce if this manager thing doesn't pan out, right?
Maybe.
So,
maybe. We'll see.
So, did you get any other luxury brands? You hit up like what were we talking, Rolex or any other car brands? Ferrari? Where did it go from there? I assume Rolls-Royce opened up all kinds of avenues for you?
Yeah, Rolls-Royce was, I mean, you want to talk about starting off hot,
Yeah.
right? Like there's no better flex when you're sending out post emails. They're
Yeah.
like, hey, yeah, we just got done working with Rolls-Royce.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's a pretty good opening line.
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't
So
have stock emails anymore.
yeah, no. It was very much like, hey, let me send you the video we did on Rolls-Royce. So we did something with Audi. We did something with Audi. They were great. We did something with Omega.
Very cool.
They sent us a watch that we had to send back, unfortunately. Um, and then we did a couple of things with a couple of clothing brands. Um, and that was really it. And then I really discovered how competitive that digital online
Yeah.
magazine space was.
Yeah.
And then I went into the season because this was April of 14, and we were
Right.
going into the season in
Right.
May, and it just got where it just became too much work for one man to handle.
Right.
And so then
But it looked like you took the lessons you learned from this social media, this influencing, and you really turned it right towards what your love is in baseball and with this Prospect Dugouts. I mean, what advice do you have for high school and college athletes? And I kind of know because you definitely said build a brand, but when they really want to stand out and get noticed, I mean, when you just say build a brand, like what does that look like? What would you say they need to do? Should they look at other reels people are doing? Should they have their mom and dad, videoing all their games? When they're cutting up with their buddies, like what is it when you say just build a brand?
I say post everything.
Okay.
Post everything that you can and understand that everybody's watching. That's the biggest thing. So you want to post everything that you can that obviously shines the best light on you.
Yeah.
Because everybody's watching. Nowadays, a college coach, if your name comes across his recruiting desk, he's going to go straight and search your social media.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, don't have your Instagram name be, a big daddy, baseball player or something. Right. Have some fun with it if you want to, but don't be gross and offensive.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So, I mean, post everything you can. Obviously, tailor it towards what you're trying to do. If you're trying to get a college scholarship or you're trying to get attention of college coaches, like it should be tailored towards your athletic ability. And post your practice, post your highlights. I mean, college coaches know that you're going to post highlights.
Yeah, right.
You're not pulling the cover over, and I tell kids this all the time. Like, people that have been in the game for long enough, they're looking at things that you don't even think they're looking at. Like, they're looking at your bat speed, your hand speed, your first step, your reaction time, your time that you run down to first, like things that you're not going to put in a highlight video. You can put your home runs, and you should. You should
Right.
celebrate your wins without a doubt, but
celebrate hard work.
You're not going to fool anybody.
So celebrate hard work. When you're at the training ground, you're in the batting cage, you're doing those things, celebrate some hard work. Celebrate some of those things that you're talking about where you're building tools that you can have in your arsenal of being able to play. Now, that's some good advice. So future of the game. I mean, from your perspective, both as a manager and as a content creator, where do you see the future of baseball heading? I mean, especially in how younger fans consume the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. I mean, athletically and on the field, I don't know where the game's going. I mean, these athletes and these players continue to get better. Guys continue to hit the ball farther. Guys continue to throw harder. Guys are breaking records left and right. I mean, I don't know where that stops.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
it's interesting. It's interesting, good, bad. I don't know, but it's definitely interesting. From a consumer standpoint, I mean, Major League Baseball as a whole has to break the mold. So I feel like baseball is kind of like the older generation sport when it comes to keeping up with social media and exposure.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just look at the top guys, probably not like Shohei Ohtani, who has a significant Japanese following, but
Right.
like your American baseball stars,
Yeah.
social media following compared to a LeBron James,
Right.
compared to Tom Brady, compared to a Tiger Woods,
Sure.
like significantly lower. I mean,
Wow.
by 5-10x lower,
Wow.
because baseball is it's
It's had this old
not
school
now.
mentality, you think, just not
Yeah, it's been
adaptable?
frowned upon.
Yeah.
It's been frowned upon because baseball is such a team game
Right.
versus, it's such a team game versus basketball or football, where one player can really change the course of a game, where in baseball it's not that. So baseball's always been like, don't focus on the eye, right? Focus
Right.
on the team.
Right.
So it's always been frowned upon to really kind of promote yourself, but things change, and I think that the next generation of baseball players is going to be significantly different. I think the landscape of baseball is going to be significantly different, and I think the engagement of the younger crowd will come back because of that.
Yeah.
Because I think young kids nowadays don't engage with baseball because they don't know the players.
Right. I was reading somewhere, who's the golfer that Bryson DeChambeau, and they were saying how he got kind of a lot of hate, I guess, when he went to live golf, or maybe it was even when he was at the PGA, and just he wasn't followed well, and people didn't really know him. And then he got to where he started posting everything he was doing, and he'd go out on rounds, and he'd do different, what do they call them, prop bets and things that they do, just normal, golfing when you golf with your buddies. Well, he started posting all that. And then he had that viral one where he was like trying to hit a hole in one over his house. I don't know if you ever saw that one.
Yep,
and it just went nuts, right? Well, I think I read an article after all that saying that all, and it wasn't just that post. It was a year or so of him building an audience and showing people who he really was. Because, he's just misunderstood. You don't know who he is when all you do is you see, the 4 or 5 holes you watch him play, or if, on Golf Channel or whatever it is, And so he shows his audience who he is. And what I found is that that they were saying his likability and what he did for the game just in doing that was just tenfold. He was really increased all this huge audience that he brought just from his YouTube channel, which I thought was kind of interesting. And so maybe that's what baseball needs, is somebody like that, that's bringing that back. I mean, Savannah Bananas are out there, but that's not really baseball, right? I mean, that's entertainment.
I mean, it's entertainment, and
they're not trying to be baseball, right? I mean, do you guys?
Yeah, I mean,
how do y'all look at them? I mean, minor league people. How do you look at a Savannah Bananas kind of group? Because they sell out stadiums left and right, brother.
Yeah, I mean, it's listen, it's good for baseball.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's getting kids interested in baseball. And I tell some of my players, I'm like, shoot, I might want to go sign one of those guys, because the trick plays that they do and still record outs. I mean, sometimes we struggle to just field a ball that's right at us. These guys are fielding balls behind their back and throwing them out. So, I mean,
it's like the Harlem Globetrotters, right?
I think it wasn't well received when it first started out, because just like anything, nobody knew what it was. I think it's good for the game of baseball. I think in certain context, I don't know where it will go.
Right.
I don't know what the landscape of banana ball or the Savannah Bananas look like in 5 to 10 years. I know, the guy who started it is a fantastic human. Yeah. And is basically a genius.
Yeah, I mean, really, to take a minor league team that was just in the gutter and to turn it into what it is. I mean, they're a social media sensation. I mean, they have $0 they pay for advertising. Now, it's a little misnomer, because they've got a whole social media team that they're paying for, which you could argue is advertising. But and so it just like what we were talking about MLB players needing to get on social media. The reason why the Savannah Bananas, not only is it obviously entertainment, it's entertaining to a mass, right? But they also employ
influencers who help grow their brand. Right? So these kids, they don't necessarily come to watch Banana Ball. Maybe they will, or they are now.
Right.
But originally, when they started out, they came to watch the influencers.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And that's what built their brand up. And I think if Major League Baseball could embrace that to some degree and encourage that, I think that the game of baseball on the MLB side would grow significantly.
Well, I've got to imagine that's in the works, that there's somebody listening maybe today, or I'm sure if you're talking about it, other people are talking about it. I can't imagine who's going to be the new Major League Baseball influencer. But you're right. MLB, I think golf was that way for a long time, right? And then they had the whole Netflix special that followed around. What was that? I can't even remember the name of it. Full Swing. Yeah, Full Swing was a hit and a sensation, but they were bringing the audience to kind of learn about the players. And then, it's like the whole UFC thing. Remember, UFC almost died, if you've listened to Dana White's history, and they started doing the Contender, or not the Contender, but it was the reality series they used to do on it might have been the Contender on like Fight TV or Spike TV or whatever it was, and that really saved that organization, because you got to know these fighters living in a house, this reality TV show, as they were fighting to who was going to win that belt to get a UFC contract. And you started knowing it's all about knowing who you're following, I guess.
Yeah.
Building
and
your
social
brand.
Media guys could do that now.
Yeah, no, you could really be that. Man, Craig, I just had such a great time. I appreciate your time. I know you've got a game later this afternoon. Who are you guys playing?
We are playing the Ogden Raptors.
All right. Now, if I wanted to watch the Montana Billings Mustangs, right? Is that the Mustangs?
Billings Mustangs, yep.
Billings Mustangs. If I wanted to watch them, is there online? I'm sure I can Google it. You guys put anything out online?
Pioneer League, all our games are streamed through Flow Sports.
Okay. All right. So they could watch they could watch that.
You can see it all.
All right. Yep. Now do you know the umpires that you're going to be umpiring? I just want to see it. Like, are you going to get in any tussle here, kick any dirt? You ready for it, man?
I've extinguished my one ejection of the year already. I did it on Sunday.
So you have to be quiet today, then.
Yeah, I'm done. Anymore, I can't afford the fines.
That's right. So. That's right, baby. Well, man, it's so good to talk to you again. And I know you've got a family back home. Tell them I said, hey, I love seeing all your stuff online. I'm going to throw all your socials up post edit. But man, if people are following you online, they'll see your beautiful daughters. I mean, you just got a great family, and I know they're important to you. Aside from this baseball thing, I know your number one thing is them. And so I want to ask you, I've been asking this question to most everybody. There's been a few guests I've just forgotten about. I'm not going to forget about. I've asked this question pretty much to everybody this season on What the Hell Do I Know? And so it's my last question I have for you, and it's knowing everything you know now, what would you tell your 25-year-old self if you could go back and tell them anything?
That's a good question. I would say it all works out pretty good, so don't stress about the little stuff that you're going to stress about for the next 15 years, because it all works itself out and everything happens for a reason, and you end up in the best place possible for yourself.
Man, that's great advice. I think that's great advice to all kids out there. So this is the section I like to say, listen up, kids, listen up. What an incredible conversation with my friend Craig. From the grind of the dugout to the power of social media, today's guest showed us what it really takes to lead, adapt, and give back to the next generation of players. Big thanks for joining us. And remember, whether you're chasing a dream on the field or off of it, bet on yourself and keep swinging. Or don't. I mean, what the hell do I know?
What the hell do I know? I'm just JB, middle-aged dad with ADD. Candid combos, jokes so lame, jabronis pulling a poker face. Just a couple of dudes with ADD. What the hell do I know? with JB.